So thanks everyone for joining, and we will continue our journey of soul plan. Now, so far we have been talking about a couple of things. What we will see now is we'll try to make some links. Because whatever we are doing, why we are doing, we have come a long way with respect to soul plan. We have discussed the definitions. We have discussed different concepts. We have discussed what is it and how different perspective. So one thing that comes in front of us is how we gonna make use of this. And from that perspective, again, we will be taking one example and talking about it within the topics that we have discussed. So I will be sharing my screen and then we will go with it. So one thing that, if you all recall, is this screen that is, for me, what is I call house of meditation. If you're trying to find out your soul plan, solution to some issue that you may have, or you may be just curious. So we have to see both the things together. They are not separate. When we talk of soul plan, for sure, we are trying to find out what is it specifically for individually for us, what may be my soul plan. That's something which I am interested in. You will be interested probably in what is your soul plan, and so on and so forth. So everybody, because it is individualized, it's not copy paste. It's not like by knowing someone else's soul plan, it's going to help you. We have talked about how to identify without doing any workshop and all. There are a set of questions that we talked about in the previous session, that reviewing those things can give you enough hint that what may be your soul plan. Now, once you know that, okay, this is your soul plan, or it seems to be your soul plan, or it's highly likely, whichever way you look at it with the probability or confidence level that yes, it seems like this is it. The biggest question comes, what next? Now I know my soul plan, say I'm working on this particular emotion. The immediate question will be then, okay, what next? If you are working with respect to your career, if you are working on your relationships, and relationships could be within the household, or it could be around you, it could be neighbors, it could be colleagues, but challenge could be inside your house itself. It could be health, it could be finance, doesn't matter what. Then the first thing comes, okay, what next? So masters will have to come back to this house of meditation. And I want to connect this with the soul plan so that it is clear that it is all one. This is your vehicle. This is your kind of go-to reference, that if you want to start anywhere, we should get back to basics. What you see here gives you enough to start with. Specific needs, specific cases may be different, but majority, your starting point will be one or more than one of these elements. They are very powerful. They work. There's no doubt about it. And these are simple things that you have already learned. So it's not a question of you have something which is out of ordinary, something for which you have to spend again some time to learn. Nothing like that. Forgiveness, gratitude, using affirmation to come out of something. And of course, the meditation which takes you through this whole journey. Pranayam, which makes it more powerful. And yoga or stretching, it prepares your body so that you can make use of breathing technique or meditation. So we can look this from one example. Using an example makes it easier to connect. And today we'll take slightly different example, and it's a real example. So it is about a person who's having a lot of challenges in life, right from the childhood. Now, when you have a lot of responsibility right from the childhood or challenges, because with responsibility, at a young age, it comes more of a challenge rather than, you see something as a positive. Typically, we will see that, okay, I'm having a tough time, or I'm having, lots of things to do or to take care of, all those things. So in that case, what happens, we see it as a pain, and that pain stays with us for a very long time. Now, anything which is with us for a long time, it stays with us. And then it becomes kind of a permanent feature that we don't even recognize anymore because we are so used to it. So what happens in such cases is someone has to come and kind of, shake us or make us realize. And then we think that, oh, yeah, it makes sense. But because we are in that environment for a very long time, the person himself or herself may not be able to see it so easily as maybe someone who's outside of that environment can see. So the real life scenario here is, which is the real example, is the person who's been from childhood working, helping hand as, taking care of the family. And, after marriage, you have a lot of issues between the spouses, means husband, wife, issues with in-laws, issues with own health. So everywhere the person, you see only issues or problems, what we commonly call it as, with the health, relationship, finance, all kind of issues. Now, slowly and slowly, you feel that these issues are growing, they are increasing, either intensity or in number. If you recall, we kept talking about this, that if anything is increasing, whether in intensity, right, or in magnitude, whichever way we take it, that means universe is trying to tell us something. And now our health is affected, finance is affected, our relationships affected. And we start thinking, why me? What have I done wrong that I'm having problems on every front? I mean, some people have only one issue, but in this case, you have pretty much everything. In terms of family-wise, you have family issue, you have finance issue, you have even work-related career issue, you have health issue. And because they are adding on, or the intensity increasing, means health deteriorating, or after one issue, now you got the another health issue and then another health issue. So right now there are multiple 3 to 4 major issues. Obviously the person is kind of full of negativity. Again, masters, I would like to stress, because the person, when you are in that situation, you are in that environment for such a long time, everything looks painful, you don't see a picture. Soul plan or pre-birth planning is really not that difficult. All you have to do is, again, I will recommend, take a notebook, write it down. No verbal thing. Why? When you write down your story, your challenges with respect to time scale, means at age this happened, that's exactly how we decoded this, or what I do for myself or others. Simple suggestion. Write it down in sequential order, and then you will be able to connect the dot. Now, in this case, when you see the connectivity, yes, you see suffering, you see, which, I mean, our normal term, we say suffering, but it's a dot, which is emotion. So don't take it as a suffering. See what is the emotion underneath. If you say I'm relationship issue, okay, fine, that's our human thing. What is it that you are experiencing in terms of emotion? Once you see with respect to emotion, now you will see the connectivity that, oh, okay, this is pertaining to my ego, or this is pertaining to this or that, because everybody's case will be different. You can say, I'm never getting recognition, right? Or I'm always having financial loss, whatever the case may be. So going back to the example we are talking about. So very clear emotion of that, okay, I'm always challenged, means not recognized, no self-esteem or self-respect, because, you know, every time you have been challenged in the sense that you have one or the other, and you see others enjoying, but not you. You're always thinking that you're, what is the meaning of such life? You are not successful. You are not proud of your achievements or your whole story, if you look at it. So when you connect the dot, and you can see that every time it is connecting of your identity. Again, another thing in this case coming out, ego, that means, okay, because of the hardship you have gone through in the young age, sometimes you become defensive, and in becoming defensive, you develop your ego, or for your self-protection, you develop ego. Now, why you develop doesn't matter, but this is what one has to see. So go to the emotion, go to the thing. The moment you see, okay, yes, I was trying to be that, okay, I will change the world, or no, I will make the situation turn and as per my wish. And that never happened. Repeatedly, the person tried many times, whatever, you know, you think you want, and you with ego that, no, I will make it happen, and I can make anything happen, which is slightly different, right? When we say Aham Brahmasmi, certainly we say universe is inside you, you have all the powers, you can do anything. That is a slightly different thing. But when you are decoding your life, you have to see what emotions you had at that time. Don't go by the theory. When you decode your emotion, that at that time my emotion was this, that time my emotion was this. At this part, yes, when you're talking about relationship, yes, I really hated that person, or I really love that person, or this person supported me, or this person, you know, pushed me into all kind of issues or troubles and this and that. Identify those people who are supporting you tremendously or putting you in a situation tremendously. Again, masters, let's remember one huge concept in this whole soul plan, as a fundamental rather. It is your plan. No one pushed the soul. It is the soul who has decided what to do in this particular incarnation. Who will be people around me, my spouse, my kids, my parents, my neighbors, all kind of different elements in your life you plan. So if anybody is giving you a hard time, or supporting you, both, either way. Don't think you have to go and hug the group of people who are supporting you and you have to hate the people who are troubling you. No, you have requested them to play that role. So change your perspective. It does not matter in real life how much pain they have given you and you hate them like anything, because that is the point. That is what soul is experiencing based on your own request. And now once you have experienced, and if you connect the dot, you identify the emotion, whether it is that you are working on your ego, whether it is you want to develop self-esteem. That's why you have been pressed again and again and put into different scenario or situations. So that, remember the concept of contrast. So you are experiencing the opposite side so that you can develop self-love, self-esteem, self-confidence. Depends what you are working on. So in this case, this person had these 2-3 items to work on ego. Like we say, surrender. Accept that, okay, if this is my learning, I accept and I will learn and move on. Don't challenge that, no. These things, I will make it happen somehow, or I will not let it happen, either way. Because again, universe is not trying to punish you. Universe is trying to put you in a situation where you experience the emotions so that the soul learn. Kama, Krodha, Moh, Maya, all low level, energy, all low level emotions, feeling of lack, feeling, no self-confidence, no self-esteem, every time full on negativity that nothing will happen good, nothing will this, nothing that. This is all feeling of lack. Very low energy, it will not be able to change matter, because this level of energy is not enough to change matter, means your reality. So you have to work with positive energy. How will you work? So let's come back to the house of meditation. A person for whom 40 years of life is just full of pain, but when you write, you connect the dot, it becomes so crystal clear that, okay, this is your whole story. Yes, you may have to do a couple of times and then your eyes will become tuned to catch that easily. It's not difficult. Connect the emotion, connect the dots, and then question comes, what next? So questions like, if you're working on your ego, if you're working on your, anger, immediately start working on gratitude, immediately work on forgiveness. If you're working on your self-esteem, if you have issue that, okay, you have no confidence, you can use affirmation. You can still use what, if you can go a step more, see what is causing this lack of either confidence, lack of self-esteem. There is a lack for sure. If you can identify, then you can work accordingly. Sometime you have been pressed so much. So many people may have overpowered you that you think you are worth nothing. Start forgiving those people. Even if they give you a hard time, they gave or whatever they did on your request, it is your soul plan. Between these 4, you can pick which one is most appropriate. There may be 2 tools you may have to use out of 4 of these pillars. It's not that you have to use all 4 at once. No, go one at a time. Learn, apply, and then yes, you can move on. But the forgiveness, gratitude, and of course, affirmation with combination of visualization, extremely powerful. Because the first thing you have to do is stabilize whatever the condition you are in. So in this example, when we are talking about not only a health issue, but multiple health issue. So you cannot jump and say, okay, in 1 month, I want everything gone. Start focusing your energy, start channelizing your energy. The moment you start doing this, you do your stretches, the yoga, the breathing technique. Now your Ida and Pingla are getting balanced. Now the energy flow in the body will put you in a state where you can do meditation. Otherwise, with all this pain, anxiety, and whatnot, you're physically not ready to do meditation. You will be sitting, you will be struggling. And that is why prepare the foundation, prepare the base. It's just 5 minutes of stretching, 5 to 7 minutes of breathing, and then get into meditation. Use affirmation visualization just before meditation. Put it in your subconscious mind before entering meditation. If you are wondering power of meditation, I can add another example here, which is again different case. In this case, the mother is communicating with the child, and child has autism through meditation. Numerous times, I know we have discussed full moon, new moon, the value of those days, high energy. Of course, not initially, but now very comfortable and very frequently. In this case, the mother is asking the question and she's getting the answers in the meditation. Child cannot communicate, but she's getting the answer. So the child is communicating during her meditation. So it's not physical, it's through meditation. The energy, affirmation, along with visualization, these are very powerful tools. So once you know what you are working on, you can use these tools depending on your case, depending on your example. So the reason I wanted to bring these two together is knowing one thing is good as a tool, but you have to know how to apply the tool. Otherwise, they are just tools. They will only do good to you if you apply. Only then you have a chance of success. If you don't apply, then obviously chances of success doesn't exist. Knowing is good. Benefit comes by applying. So in your case, which tool to pick, when to pick, how to do, these are the questions you may have. And that's why after all the theory, I'm just trying to connect so that you can choose based on any scenario, in any situation, at any time of your life, how to approach. Once you get going, yes, you can go and add more tools, more, things that you may do, that's okay. But there's always a question that you want a break. The first break you need, that you can have faith, you can have belief in it. You taste the first success that you say, okay, yeah, now I'm getting something. Let me do more, or let me try different things, whatever is appropriate. So these are the tools that you can use anytime. Once you know how to apply, you can apply in so many different ways for so many different scenarios. You can share with so many people. You can explain or teach so many people. And it is for day-to-day. It doesn't matter. You are a student, you are a professional, you have your business, or whether you work within the family. In day-to-day life, these tools help us in channelizing not only the energy inside us, but also in our experience, what we call the soul plan. That means we are experiencing different emotions, we are experiencing life. The more streamlined we make that process, the more streamlined the soul learning becomes. The more streamlined means more blissfulness, more happiness. And that simply means beautiful life. So masters, I know for last so many weeks, we have been talking about what it is, looking from different perspective. I wish everyone is able to decode, your own life. You may have a very small thing to work on. You may have a big, doesn't matter. Because the moment you work, the moment you improve, it becomes blissful. Your concepts, the way you look at life, the way you feel, your daily routine or daily life, whatever you may call it, will change totally. Now, as I mentioned, that these are the starting point, very much taking you off from the foundation, and then you can go to any limit and you can add on to so many different things that you can add on to these. But start from simple, the basics, which has the power to take you to any extent, anywhere that you may want to go. So this is the whole intention for today, Masters, how you can make use of what we have talked about, either in quantum, physics that we were talking about. We talked about placebo, or whether we talk about soul plan. Please connect the dots. Because the very first thing, if you have already understood quantum physics, the value of thoughts or contribution of thoughts, that is number one. Any situation you are in, you have to work on your thought. If you're always negative, if you're always angry, if you're always agitated, you have to, because it's so clear, it's so obvious. You don't need to find out, okay, what is it that, what emotion I'm working on. You do a little bit of this homework and things should come in front of you very easily. And if you know that number one root cause is your thoughts, then you know that, okay, what to work on right away. No need of wasting time. Without fixing your thoughts, whatever you do will be suboptimal. It's like you're driving a car, you want to stop, but you are pressing the accelerator and, pressing the brake at the same time. It will take a long time. If you want to stop, take your foot off from the gas, just brake. If you want to go fast, take your foot off from the brake and just hit the gas. But in our real life, sometimes it is difficult because we have been going through the pain for a long time and we become totally immune to certain things. We become so much into it that certain things doesn't come easily. So don't feel bad that, oh my God, why I couldn't see this for so many years, or this or that. Don't say all that. Just apply what you have understood. See what you get out of it. And whatever you see, yeah, this seems to be, start working on it. You don't have to wait. Don't worry it's right or wrong, because in any way, it will only make your life blissful. It will only make your life better. So there's no question of, oh, what if I'm wrong? Well, if you're only improving your life, then how does it matter? So don't let that doubt come that, oh, am I really sure that this is my soul plan or not? Doubt is negative. The moment you start connecting and playing around with these small tools, believe me, very soon you will be like so powerful, because now you know how to change your destiny, how to be your own real terms master. That means you can become anyone, you can do anything in life. And again, that's what we call supernatural person, human, whatever way you take it. And we all can be that person. All you need to do is don't think these concepts are separate. These concepts brings you to the same point, which is you, Aham Brahmasmi. It is just you trying to know you. The more you know, better for you. Yes, it may take time because we stay in denial mode for a long time. Sometimes we know our shortcoming, we cannot start working, or if we work, again, denial mode pulls us back. That's okay. It will take time, that's fine, but at least you are working on it. That's better than not being aware or not even starting that first step. But the more you connect these dots on daily basis, the better it is for you. So Masters, That's for today. And any doubt what we just discussed today, talked today, whether it is about you, your own situation or anything, or you want to share your own experience, please feel free to do so. So back to you, Ashokji.
Yeah, thank you, Gauravji. Excellent class and what needs to be done at the foundational level. So for everyone as a basics, yes, thank you very much for going through that again. Thank you.
Welcome.
And, yeah, masters, the floor is open for you all and for you to ask any questions or share your experiences, please. Okay. Masters, if you don't have any sharings or any questions, then we will move forward. Yep. Rupaji, you are unmuted. Can you unmute yourself?
Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Gauravji, thank you so much. This is the second class I have attended. I have heard you on YouTube through S. Ranjan show too, Dr. Ranjan show. Am I audible?
Yes, Rupaji, absolutely.
Yes. This is the second class I attended. And as you were speaking, I actually quickly noted down, you said, as long as it's there in your mind, it's not going to work. You have to write it down. As you were speaking, I wrote down every challenge that I faced from my childhood up until now and all the emotions attached to it. It's just the only reason I have raised my hand and I've come here is so that I can tell everybody, yes, please write it down. It is amazing how you can see the pattern. With every relationship, with every challenge, you can see your pattern. It was all there. I was thinking about it, but actually when I started writing it down, I did it so quickly. Just at one glance, I could see the pattern. With every relationship, it's the same pattern. With every challenge, it's the same pattern. Now I know where I have to work on. It's so amazing if you actually write it down. Just wanted to put this out there. If somebody is in the same kind of boat as me, where everything they have been just thinking about it and analyzing themselves, write it down. That I just made a map, and it's like I've just seen the law of attraction work. I just saw everything work. I just put it down. Thank you so much, Gauravji. Thank you so much. That's all I wanted to say, sir.
No, thank you so much, Rupaji, for sharing. I'm like, thanks to you that you immediately implemented it on yourself. And now you know the power, and I'm sure not only you will use it for your own, but you will help others as well. And thank you so much for sharing, because as you said, it is eye-opening. That so easily, we sometimes think these concepts are so heavy, so tricky, it will take this, that, and the other, but the more I see, it is such a simple tool, really. We don't see, our eyes are, you can like kind of a block with this day-to-day, like the human life kind of issues. And the story is right in front of us. So thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving so much clarity. So much clarity. It's like every friend, every co-worker, every relationship I have just attracted. The way I have attracted people to my life. Everything is so crystal clear right now. It's after this session with you, I'll have to sit back and think again. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Ashok, sir. Thank you so much, Gauravji.
Thank you, Rupaji.
Yeah, Indu madam, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, Ashok, sir. Good evening, Gaurav, sir. Thank you so much. It was such a beautiful wisdom session. And it really gave me, like, again and again, like, I have been listening to your lessons and, over and over again. And, every time it gives me a different kind of clarity. And, it's been more than a year now since I've been listening to you. And it's again giving me so much clarity. I just wanted to, like, again, you have told me many times, but again, I really wanted to ask you this question. And, if it's possible to give me answer in, like, in a simpler way. As you said that, that the moment you come to know that, the first thing that we have to work on is our thoughts, our thought process. So is there any, like, any instruction manual or anything, like, if you could just, because with daily struggle, see, like, we keep on, like, working on our thought process, we keep on thinking positively, or, with visualizations and with affirmations and everything. But with daily struggles, like, the thought process, immediately the struggle comes in and immediately the thought process changes. And then again, we have to work on our thought process. So is there a map, or is there anything, like, we can, work on our thought process more efficiently, more effectively, where, like, that the thought, the negativity just goes away, and that just the positivity remains, like, even if we are struggling in our, current situations.
Induji, that's a wonderful question, and I wish there was a easy way out.
Yeah.
But let's put it this way. The only reason a soul agrees for this human incarnation is to experience emotion. Otherwise, there's no need. That's my take on it. Why? Soul cannot experience emotion without this physical body. That's a limitation. So you have to incarnate in human form.
Right.
Not every soul is brave enough to take on these, because human life is not easy. Lots of emotions.
Yeah.
So this will be a constant, I don't want to say battle, but in our day-to-day, talk, we say, oh, it's a constant battle or daily issue and all that. No, it is our journey. This is the beauty of life. So rather than as a pain, we should take it as a beauty of life, because we have agreed for this. We have planned it. Till the time we will see this as a pain, it's a challenge. You and your brain will be trying to beat each other up every day. You are trying to tame your thoughts, and the brain is saying, no, I am the boss, not you. And the body and the mind is always in conflict. The moment we surrender and we agree, at least as a concept, that yes, soul plan, it is my planning, my soul wants to learn this, it will change the world around you. Now you will be able to work with your thoughts, but you have to accept and surrender first. Don't take it as a pain. There is no right or wrong.
So that means for that, we have to go to the initial step where, like, we have to recognize what is my soul plan. And that is how it will come is, like, by actually writing, sitting down and writing what actually happened, where were the struggles, and what are the emotions we were feeling that time. And that commonality will, like, probably, we can work on that commonality. Okay, this was a common emotion throughout. And maybe, is that the way you can work?
Absolutely. That is one way.
For the acceptance part, the surrender part. Yeah.
Surrender part will come when you agree to the concept principally, and then you are ready to take that as a fact. No more doubt, no more discussion whether soul plan exists or not, whether pre-birth planning is there or not, is it real, is it fake? No, you have to accept.
Right.
You don't want to accept, fine, but at least be clear in your mind that I don't want to. But once you say, I want to, okay, I understand this concept, I know it works this way, then don't doubt, then don't go back and forth.
Okay.
And then wherever your challenge is coming in your life, it could
Mhm.
be finance, it could be a relation, it could be child, it could be parent, doesn't matter what.
Mhm.
Then see that challenge from those lenses, from those eyes, that, okay, I invited this event in my life. Why? Why would I have asked this person to do this to me? What is it for me to learn out of this? You can say story, this scenario, this environment, whatever that is.
Mhm.
So now you will not see as a challenge. Example, you have a very challenging boss. You can hate the person, or you can step back and say, okay, why would I plan my life with such person to be my boss? What is it for me to learn? And
Mhm.
again, as you were saying before, when you write your life story, you see the dots connected. Okay, and then you will see.
Mhm.
Or if you say, my family has, this challenge, or I have study wise, career, whatever the challenge is, see from emotion perspective, what is it for you to learn through it?
Mhm.
And then don't fight or don't feel the pain. Whether you are going through a health issue or someone else is going through a health issue, whether you are struggling for a career or you're not able to, this doesn't matter what the scenario is. Now
Mhm.
you know it is you who planned. All you have to know is, why did I plan this way?
Right.
But don't fight with the way the story is unfolding.
All right, sir. Let me just, again, one more time, because I keep writing the story, and then, I keep, every time when I write the story, there is one different, one different, what do you call, soul plan, which hits me. Okay, like this is what my soul plan is, or that is what my soul plan is, and then I work for a few days, and then again I'm back to my struggles, and this is like, I don't know where I'm missing, but maybe, let me just, write one more time
So
again and see, like, how.
I think, sorry not to interrupt you, but your answer
Yeah,
is
yeah,
in
sure,
your
please.
statement. No, your answer is in the statement you just made.
And what's that?
You mentioned that you figured in the past, you have figured out your soul plan. You work on a couple
Yeah,
of days and then you
yeah,
come back to struggle.
yeah.
That is your answer. If you have figured out your soul plan, that means
Mm-hmm.
in 2 days, if you are back, means you did not surrender, you did not accept. You are in denial
Okay.
mode. You keep going back, you are in denial mode. You have to accept. You cannot be in denial mode. There is nothing wrong. Universe is not punishing anyone. Doesn't matter how tough your situation is. Everybody thinks my life is the worst. No, it is your planning for a reason. Don't take it as a
Mm-hmm.
pain.
Mm-hmm.
Just take it as a learning.
All right, sir. All right, thank you so much. It
Yeah.
really, really gave me a more clarity. But yeah, I
Yeah.
have some certain things which is there in my mind disturbing still yet, but I will, figure it out, and then I'll probably ask you again the questions. But thank you for now. Thank you so much.
Very welcome. And last thing, as we said before, don't doubt whether this is your plan or not, right, wrong, whatever you have
Oh, of course,
identified,
yes.
complete
Yeah.
it. Complete that particular emotion thing. Even if that's not your main or second, doesn't matter. Complete it before going to the next.
Right, right. Yes, yes, sir. Absolutely.
You will feel like a winner. You will feel like an Olympic gold medalist once you complete one item. Trust me.
Yes, yes, I have already experienced that. Like, one of the items in the list, like I completed, and I felt really, really light. It was like really, really light. Like, one was that patience, and I could never imagine me being like, I have always been patient in, like, throughout. And then there was a period which came for years. I became so impatient. And then now again, like, when I recognized that, and when I started working on that, and now again, I could never imagine that, that this is what patience feels like. because that was not patience what I have, with what I used to think that, that I have been patient. So patience is something like, which I have learned through lessons, listening to you. And believe me, sir, it's beautiful. The feeling is beautiful. I have already experienced that. And
Super.
after that, I have been, looking for more soul plans, and probably that acceptance part is there, like, which I have to work on.
Perfect.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Welcome, Indraji.
Yeah, Madhubi, you can unmute yourself, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Ashok sir. Gaurav sir, thank you for all your wisdom, like in English. I have a question about the autism perspective. Like, how do you see that, like, in the perspective, in the context of the soul planning, and the karma theory, actually.
So I guess your question is from these
about
three
the
perspectives,
about
why
the
someone
autism.
will have.
Yeah, like, when child is going through the autism, how that is getting planned, between the parents and the child, how to kind of, work with that, actually. So,
See, the only way I can explain is actually soul plan, because of couple of masters that I've been working on. And very recent one of the example is, so like when the level of issue in the child increase in a one particular time of the life, right? When again we are going by the timeline, just we were talking about write down, and it was so clear that up to this age everything was okay, very decent, everything, and then all of a sudden there was a dip. And then connecting with the timeline, okay, why this happened? Oh, because of that it happened. And in one case, say lack of attention, and then lack of attention, why? Because, say in this case, as a parent were taking care of something else. And then you say, okay, but why? Because during this time later on, the particular person, the parent, learned something. A lot of learning of wisdom came during that. So now if you say why, then again it is attached to the soul plan. If that would have not taken place, this one of the parent, that as I'm giving you this reference, that person would not have learned all those wisdoms what during this time the person learned. Another example, this is from the book directly. It's a soul gift, which is when the parent went through the channeling, and they came to know that yes, it was pre-birth planning. And for the child, if you ask that, why would you imagine the child to agree to come like this? In the previous lifetime, that soul was in Nazi Germany and working for the Nazis, the government, and misusing the communication power because the person was working in the propaganda department. So in the previous life, misused the power of communication, again, just for the benefit of the government, but against the people. So in this life, chose to have this situation when you're compromised with communication, put it this way. And by having that compromise, the soul learned the value of truthful communication or true communication. So these are just two examples, but n number of examples means there are n number of scenarios. So there is always give and take. It's never one. That means the child is learning something, and around the child, someone is, because someone has requested, whether it could be mother, father, whatever, right? There's always a pairing. It's never just one standard kind of scenario. So it is a plan. There could be different scenarios why, but just like any other thing, whether it's critical illness, terminal illness, you have major events like, natural calamities like tsunamis and things like those, where a collective group of souls agrees that, okay, we will be there, and for the benefit of the world, this reason we agree to that soul plan. So that's how the concept works.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome, Madhuji.
Thank you, Gaurav sir. I don't know what to ask anymore, because I think you kind of answered from Indu ma'am's questions, very similar, but I still have to ask you. When we are doing all this, right, you're saying go through your emotions, and and we started doing this, and I feel like it's like opening a can of worms now for me. It was going fine. I was understanding my soul plan, and got the taste of all these meditation and the tools, and was feeling good. And then again, like how Indu ma'am was saying, everything is going perfect. Suddenly again, I'm back, brought back and put in front of something as I'm going and trying to understand these emotions. It's like as if I put a sheet covering all the dust, and now I've opened up the sheet and I can see the dust everywhere. And I do understand. I think you're trying to say we are not accepting. That's why we are feeling it, and whatever that emotion is. Let's say, there's positive and negative. Positive is fine. I understand there's love. And let's say the negative is fear. And maybe I feel that maybe that is it, either lack of fear. If that is what we came to experience, do we have to keep experiencing that? Can I not understand that and overcome that? Do I have to, like, my body reacts to it, right? It's showing all those reactions to fear, and it's like tightening up. And if I'm trying to go and experience it more, how does that work? I don't know how to get out of that, learning, if that is what I came to learn.
See, if fear is one of the emotion that you as a soul wants to overcome, that means you have to learn to overcome fear. You have to identify, because fear could be many different reasons, right? Fear of height, fear of water, fear of, depends. So in your case, when you say, okay, I have a fear of this, whatever that is, then you have to work on that particular element. And when you work and you overcome that, you will have a totally blissful feeling, and you will have such a satisfaction from your life that, yes, I've overcome this. You may have 2 things to work on, 3 things, or maybe one, whatever you have identified, fine. One at a time you can work on 2 things, depending on what it is, whether they are connected or separate, or whether you are new to this concept. So there is no right or wrong. Take your own decision in terms of how much you can take, one at a time or what. But once you have identified that, yes, my life events are connecting the dots, and this is the emotion I need to work on, then you have to find out the source of that emotion. Source will come from your habit, from your events, whatever is happening, and then you will know, okay, this is what it is. Say, example, if you're always fearful because everybody is kind of, suppose people are bullying you. So then that could be one thing, that, okay, I'm always bullied. I don't have self-esteem, self-confidence, or whatever that may be. So you have to improve that. So you cannot just take out the fear of, always getting bullied and all that thing. You have to work on what is the counter to that. So you have to improve your self-esteem. You have to improve your confidence, and you have to improve your self-love, because then only you can improve your self-esteem. So this way we go to the root cause, or you can say the underlying major factor, and work on that. So to eliminate fear, work on your self-love, self-esteem, whatever in your case. I'm just giving you one example where if that is the way
Yes. It makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, thank you for clarifying. This is what I was thinking. Everything, like, just follow what you're saying and it'll be fine. But then again, there's so much to go back, dig and work on that. So it's like a spiraling circles, right? It's not like a path that is there out there that I can just follow and feel good.
See, if life was that simple, then
I thought spirituality is helping me get onto the simpler path, but it is really spiraling path. So
see, it's only till you understand. Once you understand, the second time it will come very easy. Trust me.
okay.
For example, what are we talking here? If you go by the theory, we talked about balancing of karma, releasing of karma, and this is exactly that, nothing different. So you are trying to balance, but you have to release it. Otherwise, you keep, going left, right forever like a pendulum. But to come out of that cycle, you have to release it. That means, as we were talking about, if it is fear of this, improve your, self-love. You have to, the moment you improve that, then obviously your esteem and confidence, everything goes up, and there goes your fear.
You make it sound so simple. Thank you.
Life is simple. We make it complex.
Yes.
And that's
But
why I
thanks
say
for,
we should
at least I'm trying to identify, and yes, I know what I have to work on. So thank you.
welcome.
Gaurav sir, this is Ravi Muktineni. So thank you, sir, for
Ravi ji,
beautiful session. I have a comment actually that I want to share with Indu ma'am and Vindhya ma'am. So I have a question for them. Have you read the book called The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari? If you haven't, this is nothing to do with the soul plan, but that book clearly explains, 10 radiance ways for happy living, how to be well-being rather than worried about being well off. So the beautiful 10 things that how you can stay consistently on your path, whether it is soul plan or something else that you are practicing. The book says that if you do the things that you want to do for 21 days, habituate your mind, your thinking to do those things, you won't waver too much going back and forth. So I'm reading that book, and I hope if you haven't read it, read that book. It's very, very, very good book and easy read. It's by Robin Sharma.
Thank you, Raviji. I think both Induji and Vidyaji are replying it on the chat, that so that suggestion is well taken.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, Sridevi madam, you can unmute yourself. Yeah, please go ahead, Sridevi.
Yeah. Sir, thank you so much, for this is the only thing I did a good thing today, because I've been doing these affirmations, and, whatever I'm going through, I am also, doing that. Everybody in my life is, helping my soul and this kind of thing. But when particular situation comes, I used to, previously I used to cry and, upset and all those negative energy. But now I'm doing this meditation, and I am kind of a very simple, living kind of thing. Like I do my yoga, I do my meditation, and, very small things. And I am like kind of organized on many things, but little slower pace, like particular situation happened. But now that part is crying and things that is gone. But like today, I ended up eating more. Like I know that is that because my subconscious is still feeling bad. I am not usually like eat left and right or whatever, for every half an hour or 1 hour. Even I can feel like my tummy is not taking, my mood is not taking. But I ended up eating so much. And also I am not person to spend more time on the work or like research and googling analysis. I ended up spending so much, my eyes are strained, my head is aching, but I still did not get up at all from that laptop, and I've been like spent more time. Just before this class, I made my mind that I have to attend this 8:30 class, and then I got up, and then I'm attending this. So what is like, why is this kind of thing, or where I have to put more energy so that I don't repeat this situation back again in my life? I'm not crying, and I acknowledge all affirmations, and I am kind of everybody in my life. I'm doing like okay, they are helping me for my soul plan. But why is this kind of like unwanted things with the stress and eating more happening? I did not do my yoga today and not at meditation today, except this class. Nothing I did what I was supposed to do regularly. Do you have some input?
So, Sridevi ji, is it, if I understood you correctly, this is the first time it happened that you ate too much and all that thing?
Not first time, but I see that it's increasing every time this particular situation comes. Like usually, like I do Wednesday full fasting. Like I just be lemon and water and honey. But whenever this situation happens, if it is a regular day, I ended up eating more. But especially if it has happened like since afternoon, just believe me or not, every half an hour I push something in my tummy. And it's like 8:30 now, and my head is aching, my eyes are strained because I did not get up from my laptop at all. Usually I close my office work at 5 o'clock. But I'm just started doing some reading and some work. I can do tomorrow also, but I did not give up on do like whatever was there in the items. I spent it. But as you said, like I was not crying, I was not upset, and I'm still this affirmation still going on the brain, but I'm doing these nasty things.
Okay. So a couple of things, certainly there are, if I understood now correctly, that yes, it has happened before also. And if this is happening, this is repeating, means whether overeating or overworking in a way that research or whatever you're trying to do. One thing is, what is it that you really dislike in this? Because obviously something you do not want in what you are doing, right? So because I could see that you are feeling bad that, oh, I did this, I ate more, or I researched or sat for a long time. So there is a lot of, you are blaming yourself for many things. So self-blame is coming up. If it is happening again and again, suddenly it's a negative energy. So you have to see when it started. Is it, you're talking of a week, 1 month? You have to,
why I'm doing is that, sorry sir, go ahead.
once you write it down, again, same thing, it will help you a lot. As per the timeline, doesn't matter you started 1 year ago or only 1 month or only 1 week ago. And then whenever that, once you write it down that this happened, this happened, this happened, it will make you think that, okay, this is what happened, why it started. If it started 1 month ago, ask what happened just before that or around that time. Why did you do that? And what will happen is you will try to understand yourself better. like we say introspection. You are trying to get familiarized with yourself. In day-to-day life, we don't analyze. Day come, morning, evening, the month goes by, year goes by. We never sit back and, do any kind of introspection most of the time. So the moment we start looking inside, the moment we write, now it is so easy to see your story. It will come out. The story will talk to you. So you may try that whenever you have some time. Please just write it down. See what's happening. What is it that you don't like? Write down those things. Whether, as you mentioned, you're eating, you're over or hours on computers, whatever that may be, and then see where it is coming from, where it started, and you will see some kind of dots are connecting and making a picture in front of you. And that will be the first starting point to find a solution, because first we have to see what is wrong, then only you can find a solution. If you don't know what's wrong, then there's nothing to fix. So you may try that.
Sure, sir. I will note it down.
Yeah, because
Thank
other
you
than
so
you,
much.
no one else can tell you what's going inside you. Right? Only the person, right? What's inside me, only I can go inside and think and find out. No one else can go. So similarly, in your case, you will have to do that homework a little bit, and that will identify what's going on.
Sure, sir. Thank you
But
so much.
you will get some answer. This is for sure. Please. And next session, if you want to share, that would be really great. Okay. Yes, Rajni ji.
I just want to add, I feel bad why Sridevi ji is feeling so bad about it. I get so many days, such days, where I eat a lot. I don't do things the way that are more productive. It's okay. It's just okay. And if you eat more today, maybe tomorrow eat less. What's wrong in it? The guilt is heavier. And the worry, it's whatever the way you spend the day, don't make it affect the rest of the day. So whatever happened, leave it, feel good, go for a walk, and then maybe eat light dinner or skip dinner and be happy. That's how I see it, because all of us have many such days. And if I observe, if something is bothering me, I eat more. To suppress that emotion, I get it on eating. So, but if you sit and meditate, maybe we will be meditating now. In the meditation, you may figure out what is bothering you. Definitely some negative emotion is there today, and it is, you are taking it on eating and keeping yourself busy or whatever. That's my take from my personal experience. It could be different for you, but don't feel bad at all. Just smile, go for a walk, meditate, and sleep well tonight.
Thank you, Rajni ji. Absolutely. And Saturday is a new moon, so energies will be very high in the next couple of days. Good time to ask question to universe. Okay. I guess now we can go for meditation. Okay, so masters, we will start our meditation. So let's sit back and relax. And we will start with our eyes closed. Close your eyes. Let's do 5 deep breathing. If you know Lom Vilom, you may try that. So 5 deep breath. Slow inhale and slow exhale. As comfortable to you. This will slow down your brain waves and prepare you for a deep meditation. So exhale, inhale. No jerk, very comfortable, just deep exhale, deep inhale. Very calm, natural, soft breathing. Slow exhale, slow inhale. Okay, masters. So keeping your eyes closed, let's relax the body. Relax your cheeks, your face. Relax your neck. Relax your shoulders. Keep your back straight, but spine very relaxed. Keep your hands and legs crossed, but very relaxed posture. Now, whatever affirmation that you may have for next 1 minute, feel it as if it has already happened. Feel the emotion, how you would feel when your affirmation has come true. Let's place it in our subconscious mind before we get into deep meditation. So next 1 minute, just feel the emotion, the joy, the love, the gratitude you would feel when your affirmation will come true. Feel it. Now, let's get into deep meditation. So, masters, start observing your breath. Feel it as you inhale and feel it as you exhale. With every inhale, you will take lots of cosmic energy inside your body. And with every exhale, we let go lots of toxins out from our body. Masters, it is normal to have some thoughts during meditation. Don't worry about it. Don't fight with your thoughts. Just let it be. If you don't spend any energy on them, they will fly away. So let's take this opportunity to look inside, be friend with ourselves, with our soul, with our inner self. Masters, please rub your palms together. Place the finger on your eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Slowly, very slowly, please open your eyes and come back to your normal self. Take your time, no rush. Come back to your normal environment. So thanks, Master, for joining, making it a group session. Thank you.